Echo is the newest Marvel Disney Plus show. Is it any good? Is it worth your time? Let's find out right now. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. As I said in the intro, we're going to be reviewing Echo today. I'm not going to go too in-depth. I'm not going to talk about many spoilers, so don't worry about that. Don't worry if you haven't seen it. All 5 episodes are now out on Disney Plus if you want to go watch them right now. Before we get started, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Helps a lot. Free to do so. I'm going to read you guys a quick plot description just so you know what the show is about. Maya Lopez's ruthless behavior in New York City catches up to her in her hometown. She must face her past, reconnect with her Native American roots, and embrace the meaning of family and community. So yeah, that's a simple kind of plot description. This is, Maya Lopez's show. This is Echo's first, full-blown show because she was in Hawkeye, and now she has her own show after the events of Hawkeye, kind of leading up after that. And you haven't seen Hawkeye, that's probably your fault, but this actually does, it takes place after she shot Kingpin, and so she has to kind of deal with that, deal with her family and all that, a lot of other issues that are going on with this show, and you get to see some flashbacks with Fisk, so that's pretty interesting too. I thought that was really neat for that show to go into that. And for my expectations for this show, I really had some low expectations because I don't really know Echo or Maya Lopez as a character too much. And I thought she was a good character in Hawkeye, but I wasn't really blown away with her. And I wanted to know more about her past, which we're lucky to see from this show. We were about to see more of her past for this show. And I was also a little bit worried because they're releasing all 5 episodes at once. Even though I do like that sometimes, I was just a little bit worried for this show because it's only 5 episodes, and we'll get to that because that was one of my gripes about this show. But I will say this is the first Marvel Disney Plus TV mature show, which is really exciting, and it really means that they're going to go mature if they need to go mature. And I only thought they were going to go mature with Deadpool stuff, but they finally went mature with something else. So I'm very happy with that they did that, and that means that maybe we'll get more TV mature shows now after this, because this was really ruthless and kind of brutal for Marvel as a whole. Not like brutal, but it is brutal for Marvel. It feels kind of like Marvel Netflix. It feels like what they're doing there. It kind of felt like a Marvel Netflix show, I will say. Not like Daredevil levels, but good levels, not great levels for me. And this had me hyped, because Marvel finally going for a dark and bloody situational show, which isn't always important, but for a show like this, when you have some huge fight scenes like this, you have to have it feel intense and scary, and you gotta have blood. Like, I hate seeing Marvel movies where people get into huge fight scenes, people get the shit beat out of them, and there's no blood. No one's bleeding. It's so dumb. I feel like you should be allowed to have, a big amount of blood in PG-13. There shouldn't be anything wrong with it. It's just, realistic to have a lot of blood when someone gets, beat up and gets punched a lot. So it just doesn't hit the same if you don't really have these hard R kind of scenes, kind of mature scenes. And I thought that really helped the show, and especially the action sequences. They were great. I want to talk about the fight sequences for a little bit. I absolutely loved all the fight sequences. Most of the great ones take place in the first half, which was kind of disappointing. I'll get to what happened in that second half without spoiling too much. The choreography was pretty strong. I did like the choreography a lot. There's a killer fight scene in the first episode at the end of that, and there's also one in, I think it was the 3rd episode at the roller rink. That one was great. There's some amazing, camera work going on with these action sequences. I really did love him a lot. I need more of that. And Alaqua Cox, of course, plays Maya Lopez. I think that she's great in this role, and you love seeing more of it here. I love how she expresses her feelings, and I do love seeing more of it delve into her past, her family, her community. Like I said, the Native American community, and explores more of that more. I really like that. That's what I wanted to see, and we got to see it for the first couple episodes. And you got to see kind of like her origin stuff, her powers, because she does get powers at the end in like the final episode. And I will say I was disappointed by it. I don't really know how to feel about Echo having powers. I mean, I guess it is, I don't know if it's from the comics or not, but it felt a little odd to me. It also felt a little bit silly. I liked just seeing her, her regular style of fighting more, and it felt more street level to me. And it just, I don't know, it just didn't work for me as a whole, especially when she fights Daredevil. That's her street level technique. I wouldn't know how to feel if she fought him with like her, powers. I really didn't like her powers. It really just took me out of the show just for a little bit. And I really didn't, I thought it was a little bit too silly because it's supposed to be a street level show, and that wasn't for me. And we all know Kingpin's in the show. Vincent D'Onofrio is finally back in the menacing way that we love him in, because he's one of my favorite villains, and him and Daredevil was great. but him and Hawkeye was a bit odd because, you know, they didn't have the mature factor for that show, and he seemed to get beat down pretty easy. I don't know what the creators with Hawkeye were doing with that, but since this is a TV mature show, he got to do whatever he wanted to do. He got to beat people up. He beat like this. I don't even know if it was an ice cream man or just a street vendor up so bad. He just threw him against the wall, threw him against a trash container. It was insane. Man goes hard, and I honestly love him a lot. I love that character a lot, but I also laugh at him because man's mad. Like, calm down, man. You need a knack. You need a Snickers, bro. I don't even know what's wrong with Kingpin. He's an angry guy. And I will say, the last character we'll talk about is Daredevil himself, because he has, you know, one big scene, I'll say. And sadly, we didn't get much of him in here, and he was only in the first episode for that one big fight sequence. It's probably my favorite part of the show, that fight scene between him and Echo. And yeah, I do understand this is an Echo show. It's called Echo. It's supposed to be about Echo. But this is Marvel's fault. They kind of, dude, they marketed him so much. He was in a lot of the scenes in the trailers, and they just put that one scene of him in the trailers. I thought we're going to see more of him, but it's literally just one single scene, one single cameo. I didn't really see a point to it after that. I mean, it's fun. It's great. I love seeing Charlie Cox back because he's one of my favorite characters. His Marvel show is amazing, and he just nails it. I'm so happy that he continues to play this role, and I really can't wait for his show on Disney Plus, and I hope it's amazing. But I will say, they shouldn't market him that much if he's hardly going to be in it. I wish he was in it more, just as much as Kingpin. As much as Kingpin was in it, I wish Daredevil was in it as much as he was. And I will say, first half or second half on this, I thought the first half was pretty great. I really did like the first three episodes. Loved seeing more of the Native American, you know, side of her and the origin of her. Loved seeing, you know, how threatening some of the fight scenes were in the first and third episode. But the second half really didn't work for me that much. I was really left disappointed, especially that last episode when she got her powers felt a little bit silly. I feel like it just lost its purpose, went off the rails a little bit. I feel like you need more time to breathe, you need more time to flesh out those characters. 5 episodes does not work, even if you drop them all at once. It just didn't work for me. Powers felt weird. It should be street level, and that wasn't street level. So overall, Echo, you know, left me disappointed as a whole. I think it's, you know, I think it's good, a little good, but it's not anything great like I hoped it would be. Alaqua Cox is great, Vincent D'Onofrio is great, and Charlie Cox is great for his one scene. Fight scenes were amazing, but the second half just felt a little bit off for me, so I'm going to give Echo a low 7 out of 10. I wish I enjoyed it more. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it a little bit more. You can watch all 5 episodes right now, but as I said, I just left it a little disappointed. So I hope you guys did enjoy my review of Echo, first series of 2024. We're off to a decent start. It's a January show, I'll say, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you leave a like if you did, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.